Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy, the Delivery Whiz. It is Tuesday, May 14th at 10:37 a.m. We are trucking down 215 South to Teriyaki Madness for a DeliverThat order this morning. It pays $14.53 base pay. Tip is probably going to be $25, so we're looking at 40 and change for this order. It goes 2.5 miles, something like that. And then after that, we are going to try the DoorDash grind. Today is the last day I think we have the platinum, and we're 3% shy to keep it. We're going to try to get that. So we really hope that we can, so we can continue to make Dasher Reward platinum content, although I am not a big fan of it. In the first week of release, it just seems like a new flavor of DoorDash with the same old coating on it. But we're still going to try to get it. We have not been able to evaluate it 100% yet, and that's what we have a goal for, is to try to evaluate this new rewards program on DoorDash. But first, we have DeliverThat Teriyaki Madness to some professional office building. Ooh, that was a lot of food. Did you see all that? That was $653 worth of food to a lawyer's office. I guess they do this once a month, and they go all out, and they don't even let you set it up. They just want me to put it out, take a picture, and get out of there as fast as possible. I've never been like encouraged to leave an establishment so fast, especially when they're tipping. And I'm imagining this place is tipping, although that is top secret on the DeliverThat platform. It is a tip pool, so you don't know if they tip zero or if they tipped a bunch and you're chopping it up, but it is what it is. So we got an extra $10 for waiting 32 minutes. The food was not ready. This is like the fourth time in a row we've had to wait 15 plus minutes. Yesterday was 30 minutes as well. I didn't record that one. We got a $10 bonus on top of the base pay. So today was $14.53 plus 10, so $24.53. Plus probably $25 tip on an average. So we're gonna round up and say this is gonna pay between $48 and $50. That's great. And it is 11:37. So we're in about an hour. Maybe an hour and 10 minutes. Let's see. I left my house at 10:15. All right. So I left my home at 10:20. It was approximately a 18-minute drive, 30-minute wait, and then about 10 minutes to drop off, and then another 10 minutes to deliver. So we're just gonna say an hour and a half. 50 for an hour and a half, not too bad. In my opinion, this is a great way to start your day. $50, it could have been a little faster, but we wouldn't have made the extra 10. So we'd be at about 40, which is still pretty decent. So we got an extra 10 for waiting 30 minutes, and you know, put a little monkey wrench in the DoorDash plans. But right now, we're gonna drive north to the Summerlin area, because Centennial is hardly ever busy at lunchtime, and we'll start up the DoorDash. Let's see if we can bust out some orders today. All right, we have our first DoorDash offer of the day, and it's a doozy. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelts. You will not believe this incredible offer. It is Pizza Hut right here in front of us, because I was in the parking lot waiting. $9.50 for 9.9 miles. Woo! But you know, I can't decline right now, so I have to take this nonsense. And yeah, $9.50, 9.9, our first offer of the day, illustrious Pizza Hut. I don't understand sometimes. It's lunchtime, no high paying offer. It's crazy. Let's go in. We'll get this pizza. And as usual, the pizza wasn't ready. Big surprise, big surprise. Supposed to be ready at 12:15 and is now 12:19. So 4 minutes, not the end of the world. But the reason I brought you back on board as we're trucking down the highway, and as a side note, this is 95% highway miles, so the 9.9 isn't the end of the world because we can do 70 miles an hour, 75-ish down the highway and get there in about 9 minutes. So it's not the end of the world. Still not the greatest offer, as we saw. $9.50 for 9.9. Anyhow, the reason I brought you back on to ride down the highway with me, and we're heading north on 215 towards the Centennial area, is one, it'll drop me in the Centennial area and I'll be near my daughter's high school and I can pick her up from high school today. Now, the second reason is I was looking at my email while I was waiting for the Pizza Hut pizza. And of course, the DoorDash email comes in. Bam! Eric, your 7-day trial of Platinum's about to expire. Get your stats up to maintain it. I mean, come on. A week after I spent a month to get the stats, couldn't I have a month of that to try? A week just doesn't seem like a lot. And some of the time I couldn't really do any DoorDash in the 7 days. I think that's a little messed up, and I think they should really give you a little bit more time on that. But now they're going to force my hand, so either I have to abandon the 70% and just stay with the gold level, or we will have to take every offer until we get back there. We still have not seen any large catering orders, which I have no idea how to get those. So if you have any ideas on how to get those, please leave comments below and let me know. Do you have to get up at 7 a.m.? Do you have to be in a certain zone? I guess those are things that I should be trying to find out now that you don't have to be invited to the large order program, which is good, but also could be bad because maybe there's going to be way too many people out there with the prerequisites to get large catering orders. It's not really difficult to get a catering bag and have the 4.7 and the 95% and the 70% if you put your mind to it and grind it out. But anyhow, we're about to lose our Platinum status probably after today, unless all of a sudden I magically do a bunch of orders today and get the 3% back. We'll see. Stay tuned. The goofy thing about this delivery is that there is a Pizza Hut literally a mile and a half from this location in Centennial Hills. Why are they shipping it 10 miles from a different location out of this zone is beyond me. All right, as you see, that paid $9.50, $7.50 tip, not too shabby. All highway miles wasn't horrible at all, actually, but it's still, 10 miles for $9.50, not that great. And then our next offer for the day is the one and only Raising Cane's, $11 for 8.4 miles. Again, there's a little bit of good news with this. It is some highway miles, so we can just jump on 215 and cut it out. And then the second good thing is it'll be near my daughter's high school, so we can just go ahead and grab her there, take her home, and then continue our trek trying to keep the platinum status on the new DoorDash rewards program. And you're probably like, hey, Wiz, we're tired of hearing the same old thing that you're saying, DoorDash rewards program platinum. All right, I will try to cut it down just a little bit. So we're pulling up to Cane's. I just want to remind you that the problem with Cane's too is you have to go in and pay with it with the red card. For whatever reason, Cane's is the only place in the valley that you have to do that for. restaurant wise. Obviously you got to do that on Shop and Pays, but Cane's, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So it looks pretty busy. Hopefully we can get it and get out pretty fast. We're going to go in here and try to get the Cane's quickly. Hopefully it's not too busy. Go in here and see how busy it is. All right, the only problem with this order is that it drops off on Schomburg Road and Schomburg Road in Durrell, and that really kind of sucks. It's all the way to the mountain, like you've heard me say before. After about a 10-minute wait, we finally got our next order. It is Orizaba Scratch Kitchen, $6.50 for 3.4 miles. Funny thing is, it's going right back to the same area I just drove from, Schomburg Road in Durrell. So we're going right back to the mountainside to, you know, climb. We're going to become mountain climbers with all these orders that send us out there. This place actually has some pretty decent food if you're ever out this way. Grab some Orizabas. All right, we just dropped off the Orizabas. It was $6.50 for 3.6. Not too bad. It's $4.50 tip, as you can see. And I did not do a finishing sequence for that one because it was hand directly to a customer and they were waiting outside for me. And I just sometimes don't feel comfortable firing up the camera to record. And now we're on the way back to the zone because we weren't quite to Schomburg Road. We were to Egan Crest, which is one street before it. Now we're going to take Deer Springs back towards the car wash. Actually, I'm going to try to wash my car and vacuum it. That always, not always, but I feel like a majority of the time, the minute I pull in the car wash driveway, that an order goes off. So right now we're heading back down towards the zone, which is Decatur and 215 area. And hopefully we get the next one. And wouldn't you know it, the car wash was the lucky charm again, although as soon as we got in there, we got the worst offer we gotten in a while. $2.25, Dunkin' Donuts, 1.3, 1.5 miles, whatever the silliness is. I'm just glad that, you know, I'm out here getting all these priority offers. It's just wonderful. That's all I can say. At $2.25 for 1.6 or whatever, 1.5, whatever it is, it's wow. Anyhow, here we are, Dunkin' Donuts, $2.25 for 1.6. If I get any more of these awesome offers, I don't know what I'm going to do. I may, you know, just keep on doing it. Good news with this one, it was literally a minute and a half drive to drop it off, so not the end of the world. And then the good news is, as soon as you saw we dropped that one off, we got hit right away with another offer from Panda Express, which was literally, and is literally, a minute and a half drive from that previous drop off, which you saw was $2.25 and no tip. Thank you very much. And we'll pull in the Panda right over here, and it is $6.50 for 3.3. It's not horrible, it's pretty decent, and we're at 69%. I just checked our stats, so we went up 2% so far, and hopefully we're going to get a couple more and get to 70, and then we'll probably call it for today so we can start fresh tomorrow with all the ratings and requirements needed to keep the platinum tier, and hopefully we'll get out there early enough to start trying hot, these large catering orders, or maybe there's better offers in the morning for groceries or something. I don't know. But these afternoon and evening offers just seem the same old, and I'm sure you're experiencing the same thing if you're dashing now with the same tier, or maybe even the gold tier. It's probably not blowing your socks off. It's pretty funny. I delivered groceries to this place a couple times, so they order frequently. All right, as soon as we dropped off the Panda Express, heading back to the zone, or the hot zone, we got Wingstop, $7, 4.7. It's not great. It's definitely not great because it's taking us way north and east away from where we really want to work from. And we're hovering at 69%, so I'm just taking it to keep the orders flowing and get the acceptance rate back up to where we need to be so we can continue to have the platinum tier. Hopefully I figure out within the short amount of time, like this next week, if it's even worth it, because if it's not, we're going to just start the cherry picking process and do some cherry picking videos here in Vegas. And here we are, Wingstop. The frickin' Wingstop parking lot is always jam flippin' packed, I tell you. You can never find any parking for Wingstop. It's brutal. We just finished the Wingstop, and I'm here to tell you that, as usual, and this is and you heard me in my previous video say this is one of the most frustrating things. They had one of the three things that nobody ever has on these apps out here in Vegas, and maybe it's in Phoenix or other areas that have gate codes, but remember my list? No tips, no gate codes, and no building numbers. Well, this was a house, and yes, no gate code. I sat at the gate for 5 minutes asking for it in a text, not a reply. This is a drop at the door, and I would like to believe they're watching their phone somewhat to make sure they're getting their food at some point to eat. And then luckily somebody came in behind me and opened it up, and I was able to go in. And then here's our next offer. $4 Little Caesars, 3.4 miles. Hooray. The good news about the Little Caesars is that it is literally 1 minute away as I was heading back to Durango off of Grand Teton, because the delivery was off of Grand Teton. So it's not so bad, but where is the high paying offers that I'm in priority for, DoorDash? That's all I gotta ask. Wow, there is literally no place to park in this parking lot. Little Caesars, Durango Taco Shop, DQ, there's not even handicap. All right, we finally found a parking spot, and we're gonna go in and get the Little Caesars, $4 for 3.4 miles. All right, and the hits just keep on coming. We dropped off the Little Caesars pizza, and as soon as we pulled away, we got the China Go-Go ping, $6 plus, as you can see, for 1.6 miles. That is pretty awesome. It had been a while since we got a plus, so it's going to be an increased tip. I just hope it's not like 50 cents or some nonsense, but regardless, I was going to take it no matter what. And here we are, China Go-Go. It was only like, 3 minutes away, 2 minutes away, if that. The other thing is we are definitely at 70% now, so this could be the last offer of the day. It was at 70% at the previous offer, so we'll see what happens. But China Go-Go, $6 plus, 1.6. This one is definitely a banger. It literally is 7 minutes from start to finish with a plus, and we're anxious to see what the plus is. And there you see it. Bam! An increased tip, or a plus, definitely from $6 to $12.76. That's what I'm talking about. We got a banger, and it was literally 7-8 minutes worth of work. We were right here, and we finally got a platinum offer. I feel that they prioritized because I was close by, or maybe I was the highest rated close by after taking a bunch of other crummy ones, and it feels good. I'm not gonna lie, because we did take, a few sus ones, but we are back above 70%. Excuse me. We are at 70%. We will continue to climb because I want to build the buffer back to where I think it should be, so I can reject some, so I can stay at 70% or higher and continue to test this platinum status tier that DoorDash has come out with. I feel so far that for me, I haven't seen anything drastic. I was getting high paying offers before, whether I was above 70% in Top Dasher or I was below that. Even above 50%, you did get some decent offers. And I know there's Dashers out there that hover around 7 to 10% and then just cherry pick, and they seem to do okay as well. But for this channel, we're trying to keep the platinum tier so we can continue to test. I would still like to find out about these large catering orders and what they're all about, how to get them, when you can get them. I'm guessing those are early morning things because a lot of people order catering for lunchtime at their office, doctor's office, or car dealership, or whatever it may be. But we're back, so we're gonna have it. We will also find out what period of time you keep it. Is it a week at a time? And if it is, that might be a little bit better than the 30 days. But now that I say that, I don't think so. If you grind out for a month all the ratings that you needed prior to this update, you got to keep Top Dasher for a month. So you could come and go into each zone as you please, any time of the day, morning, lunch, dinner time, weekends, it didn't matter. And that was kind of nice. Now, some people would say that Top Dasher stuff wasn't worth it, that you had to take too many garbage orders, and I would agree with that. But I also would argue that being able to dash now is huge versus sitting there just staring at the screen waiting for it to turn red so you could jump in. And a lot of times they give you a half hour or an hour max, and then they're quick to kick you off once that time expires, and you're lucky if you get 2 offers in that time frame, and then you're stuck waiting. And I get it. Multi-app. Turn on Instacart, turn on UberEats, turn on Grubhub, whatever you have access to, and multi-app, I understand that. But some people don't want to do that, and they want to try to grind off of one app, and so be it. I'm not that guy, but for right now, it's happy days because we rose back to 70% and didn't do too bad today. What did we do? We did $50 on DoorDash. We did 7 deliveries, and that was in 2 hours and 50 minutes. So not that great, but it served a purpose, and not too bad. And then we did 50 on DeliverThat for the morning catering job. So we're at 100 in about 4 hours, which is $25 an hour, which seems to be the norm when you can manipulate, or when you learn how to do this a little bit better. I would have made more if I multi-apped for lunchtime, but you know, I wasn't trying to. I have done that before in the past few videos, and it's cost me DoorDash time, and today I dedicated that time slot for DoorDash. And just like that, it's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed the little ride along for the DeliverThat catering this morning, and then the 7 deliveries on DoorDash to help pump us back up to 70% AR. We have all the other ratings, as you can see, so we will continue to be able to do platinum tier Dash videos, which I will come out with one either tonight, or I'm going to record another one this evening for the dinner rush, or I will try tomorrow. But we're going to try to get into the time slots where we can utilize having this platinum tier to our advantage to find out once and for all, is it worth it? So far, the answer is hell no, but it hasn't really hurt me to keep trying, and I'm going to keep trying. If you like today's video, please give a thumbs up, get us in the algorithm, and you know, as always, try not to take the trash for any of these gig economy companies, because that's what they want from you, is to feel like you have to take some stuff and you don't have to. So take it from the delivery whiz. Don't take the $2 no tip order that has you go to Italy for the pasta, fly it back to New York for the pasta sauce, then another plane to Las Vegas, then to your car after you spend $2,000 in expenses to get the pasta for this customer, and then you take it to their place for $2 and no tip. Just don't do it.